Welcome to another show with Voices in the Struggle. I'm your main man, Big Ant.
I'm Brother Reggie. What's happening, folks?
What's good, people? Listen,
man, how you doing today, bro?
Man, I'm doing all right, Brother Reggie. How about you?
Man, I'm tired. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm tired.
I can tell you, brother, getting old or getting wise. I don't like to say old.
Yeah,
getting wise is no fun.
Yeah, exactly. You got to get your rest when you get with your wisdom, you know.
You do, bro. You gotta plan stuff out.
Hey,
it ain't too much more spontaneous shit you doing.
No. I hope you can follow through with
it. Right. Leroy Harris from Hinesville, what's going on? Mike Kelly, what's up, brother? So
what's going on? Yeah.
So we had some really good shows lately, man. We've been talking about black love. We had some single black men on. We had some single black women on. Then we had some black couples on.
So married couples, black married couple, black love, full effect.
Black married couple.
Yeah.
So now we talk about something totally different tonight.
Yeah, we don't switch it all up tonight, didn't we?
We switched it up.
Yeah.
We get back to the Black Power Hour. Every show we do is about black empowerment. So we're gonna talk about two topics tonight. Are black people at war with America? Terry Mobley, how you doing? And two, should black people arm themselves? That is the question. Those are the questions for tonight. So if you're out there in the audience, I want to hear what you think. You know, should black people be arming themselves? Should black people be arming ourselves? You know what I mean? Is there a need for a black person to carry a gun?
Great question.
Are we at war with America?
Yeah, that's a great question, though. America? Yeah. So on my opinion on that is yes. I know we are at war because everything that's done against us, you know, in secret, they don't expose it until they get exposed, like the Michigan water, even what in Jackson, Mississippi, their water now when they had the event they just had.
Yep.
You know, so little things, the vaccination, the shots they're giving out, you know, for the coronavirus, and you know the food that they have in our areas, all the fast food restaurants, they killing us slowly, but we just don't know we're at war.
You're absolutely right. That's a good point because when you think of war, you think of guns and fighting and combat and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But
exactly.
Their war on us has evolved. I do think black people, we are in a war. If we were not in a war, black parents would be able to have the same conversation as white parents when they're interacting with the police. If we were not at war.
Right.
Myself as a black man, I got everything right. I got my license right, everything right. When I see the blue lights behind me, I don't get scared.
Right.
I get nervous.
Right.
Because I know I could get my life taken or I might have to take a life in defense of my own.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely with you on that.
Right. And I think I stopped saying that not all police are bad. I stopped fighting that argument. But what I'm telling you is the police are the foot soldiers of white supremacy. Because at that very first interaction, they have the authority to, one, kill you on the side of the road and not be charged for it.
Right.
Or they can put you in the justice system where you'll get a longer sentence and you'll be a slave of the state again.
Right. Put some false charges on you. So that one of them stick, and the charges have so many years on some of these charges,
right?
Mandatory years, so you go to jail for some time. Yeah. So I'm definitely in agreement with you, and it's more of psychological warfare too.
It is,
So the psychological part of it, when psychological warfare is basically reducing the morale of that people. Right. So every time we try to build ourselves up, if something comes up and you knock us right back down. So it's like psychologically, like, okay, we can never get moving. And once we start getting moving, somebody's going to knock us back down. So I might well stay at the bottom. Ain't no use riders to the top, because as soon as I get to the top, they like that the game at the you go to the arcade that the kids play, you hit the little hammer when the head pop up.
Right.
So when we pop our head up, they're hitting the hammer and putting you right back down.
The American justice system is there to pop it up, pop down,
right
down. And a good example of that is Grandmaster Jay of the Not Fucking Around Coalition. In fact,
right,
they cannot understand how this brother can get 150 to 200 black armed people showing up in these different places, and they know nothing about it.
Right, exactly.
They cannot understand that. And the brother was unforgiving.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was unforgiving. So
do you think his part, not to cut you off, do you think for like that, what you just said, do you think it because initially they was on the radar, and then once they came out with the brother who got killed in Brunswick area, once they came out, then that's when they started putting the radar on? Yeah. Ahmaud Arbery, there you go.
Yeah, absolutely. They got caught up because they started scaring more white folks.
Yeah.
They showed up in Brunswick for Ahmaud Arbery. They showed up in Stone Mountain. They showed up for Breonna Taylor.
Right.
They issued a warning to that coon ass DA down there.
Right. And
they issued a warning there.
Oh,
so basically he was attracting too much attention. He was empowering too many black people. Tia Brightwell, what's up? He was empowering too many black people, and he made white folks uncomfortable.
Made them real nervous.
Right.
Real nervous.
So they got him on the charges of waving a gun at the police. What black man do you know can wave a gun at the police,
right,
and live to tell about it?
Exactly. And that charge is suspect to me because all those other instances, him and all these other black folks out there with guns, they were disciplined with their guns. They're very disciplined.
Yep.
So it's not like they was out there, if that was the case, he'd been doing it at other places, or they would heard reports of that. And it's like I was saying a few minutes ago, they can put charges on you and you get sit in jail for those charges, even though they might get dropped later on, but they got you in jail. Or they got you under their authority because you got to come back to court and beat the case.
Right.
So they can tell you they're going to take all your guns because this charge that we have on you. You ain't been convicted yet, but this is a start. Yeah. Yeah.
And they can drag the court case out, just like they're doing with Grandmaster Jay. They drag the court case out. So what they doing in the mean, they silencing it.
Right.
They're silencing him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Then you're going to get some of these black folks who ain't got no mind of their own to say, hey, the N-word getting what he get. He shouldn't have them guns out there. Hey, mess with good white folks. Leave let them do their thing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't hurt nobody.
Right.
All of them ain't hurt nobody. Yeah, all of us ain't hurt nobody. The man. But yeah, it's a silence. That's that part of that war that they have against us. They take out, a potential leader, of an organization. Like once you take out the head, the body goes.
That's it.
The body goes.
And like you said, that's the psychological warfare that you see a brother with a gun. He's advocating for black people against an unjust justice system, holding them accountable.
Right.
Now, the Black Panther Party, then the Not Fucking Around coalition, holding them accountable. And you still have some black people saying they got what they deserve. And that's a problem that we have. We have to fight each other before we can get out the door and fight the white man or fight the system.
Right, exactly.
We have to fight each other first.
Exactly. And I know you've seen the movie Judas and the Black Messiah, right?
Yes.
That very powerful movie. I like the movie. I think I got to go do some more reading on the brother because I knew about him. Yeah, but I got to read some more on him. You know, I got to see because movies they don't tell everything. Yeah. So I got to see the real. But I think what we're talking about tonight, we was at war back then.
Absolutely.
You know, the brother knew all the brothers, the Black Panthers, they knew we was at war back then. And they, you know what I'm saying, perfect example, I showed tonight, they had guns. And the other thing is, we're talking about how they use our people against us. You know, so if you do some dirt, you get caught. Instead of doing jail time, we're gonna put all we need you to do is get the information for us.
Right.
So we can trump some charges on him or kill him.
Right.
You know? That's another part of the warfare that they have is non-combat, but it's warfare.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Take us out the game.
Black people have always armed ourselves as a need. You know what I mean?
Right.
We have always had a need to protect ourselves.
Right. Exactly.
First it was the Ku Klux Klan. It wasn't until black men got armed that they stopped burning crosses in front of their yards.
That's right.
And nothing against the black church, got no lose folks, but it wasn't the black church that made them stop burning the cross. It wasn't the Bible verse that stopped making them burn a cross. Right. It was black men with guns.
There you go. Brothers like the deacons of defense.
Deacons of self-defense and justice.
Right. That's right. Brothers like that, they had the guns and that's I know we're gonna talk about this a little bit. That's the thing about it. If you have guns, we can have guns.
Absolutely.
So it makes the playing field fair in that aspect. But getting back to the whole "are we at war" thing, it's like I was talking the other day when back in the days, the 60s, 50s, we always had leaders out front. Nowadays I think these young folks they don't per se have leaders. All of them leaders in their own individual right. But it's like it's harder for them to pick out who to take out the crowd, right? Because they don't know who the leader is, because everybody having their own mind, but they got these young folks. I think they had the same goal in mind. So if you all have the same goal, and you don't necessarily need a leader. Yeah, you can have a spokesperson, but it might not be the leader. And I think that's going to be very important in the years to come. That is no leader out there. There's really no leader out there they can look at. Young leader, we already know there's leaders out there like the minister. He's gonna be always the criteria of leader.
Yeah, he's about 88 years old though.
Yeah. So the young folks, because you see it, it's like they have some young talented folks out there, brothers and sisters, but they like everybody's on the ground with it. There's nobody really out there in the forefront, but I think that's a good thing because they don't know. They don't know now. And
it's kind of the Black Lives Matter movement, which for one has totally got taken over. The Black Lives Matter movement totally got taken over.
How much money did they get? Reported $20 million or something?
They got a lot of money.
Yeah, and it's not been trickling down to the organizations.
They got a lot of money.
What I read. Yeah. So and that's another part of it too. So you get these organizations, they give them some money, they give the head figures of these organizations some money, but now they got money and they going out the way. You don't hear about it no more because I got paid now. And it's crazy.
Yeah, but what I was going to like the Black Lives Matter movement was a movement that they really I like the slogan in itself because I think we matter and it's intimidating to some white folks. But the fact of the matter is they did not have one leader to take down.
Right.
They just had different cells in different states doing different stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that's why it was pretty much hard for them to stop that movement. But now they don't have to stop it because they infiltrated it.
Right. Exactly. So you're right about that. So in your opinion, we're at war. Me and you both know we're at war. What's our next steps, of developing ourselves and our young folks, to fight this war? What's some things we got to do?
I think the step is now, as it always been, to unify. Black people have got to move on the collective front. You know what I mean? I think the projects, the hood, indigent communities are battleground zero.
Right.
They are more likely to be victims than anybody else.
Right.
So if we can unite in our neighborhoods, stop supporting the stores that don't support us. We don't have one black store we can go to.
Right.
Or one store where we can go and not talk to somebody behind a cage.
Right.
Those stores in our neighborhoods are making all that money off of us, and it's going right out of our neighborhood. They're not putting anything back in our community.
There you go.
So until we open some black stores, we need to stop shopping at those stores in our neighborhood until they support our community. Sponsor an after-school program.
Right.
Sponsor a football team for our community, a basketball team. You know what I mean?
Right.
Give some money back to the community.
There you go.
There
you go.
We need
for folks who buying, folks who are buying from you, it's only right.
Yeah.
Only right. We keeping you in business. We helping your kids go to college.
Right.
So the least you can do is give us some, because you are a business, and as part of a tax write-off, donations. You can donate so much money as part of your tax write-off. Why not donate to the community that you're in?
Right.
So yeah. And I agree with your economics. I think that's one of the key points in us fighting this war. Economics, education. I think that's big. Us, like I say, after school program. So we're not able to right now, in Drove, we talked about this before, to educate our kids like we want to in our own schools. We're going to do it a little piece by piece. But these after school programs, that's when we can come in and educate them or re-educate them from what the school system is teaching. You know, we come give them some information about, okay, let me show you a picture of yourself. So you see yourself, and so you feel better about yourself at the end of the day. And going to school is not just going to school. You got a bigger goal, because, hey, I want to be like Big Brother, you know what I'm saying? Big Brother Ant, Big Brother Reggie, you know what I'm saying? Or Uncle Ant, Uncle Rich. I want to be like them because I see what they're doing. Or, the historical leaders we have in our history books that we have. We can tell them about, this is what we did. We had the Rosewoods, we had the Black Wall Streets, we had, little towns booming. Even on a smaller scale, we had black towns where black people don't shop with black people.
Absolutely.
In the 60s. So we can show them that, hey, look, we got these stores, you only gonna shop with us. You're gonna come down here and shop with us. Hey, we got bread, we got milk, we got everything you need. It might be $1 more. Right, there you go.
We had everything.
That's right. That's right. Hey, you
go anywhere, and that black dollar circulated in that town. So
exactly.
So they couldn't understand. The white man didn't like that.
Right.
So that whole town was burned down because they said a little boy touched or something this white woman on the elevator.
Right.
So they massacred the whole town off of that.
Exactly.
It is good that a leader not be in front. Leader can be killed off and the followers be lost and lose direction. Also, a single leader can be bought off or put in a compromising position. I agree, Ivan, and thank you for tuning in, man. I agree.
Very, very true. Yeah, very true. I think that, and then we have to put in the whole stool pigeon part of it too. Yeah. Those run hand in hand. You got because they know who they have. And okay, either I'm gonna buy you one way or I'm gonna buy you the other way.
Mm-hmm.
But I want you to make this go down. But I think he's correct. You know, that single leader thing. And if that leader's not strong, you definitely don't need no single leader of organization. You know?
I tell you what, we don't need any more pacifying leaders.
Mm-hmm,
we don't need any more leaders who tell you to wait. Our time is coming.
Right.
When is our time coming?
Right, exactly.
My grandparents said that. My great-grandparents said that. My parents probably said that.
Yeah.
When is our time coming?
Let me ask you this, Big Ant. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even in the movie Judas and the Black Messiah.
I hated that.
The movie, it upset me too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, think about this. In that movie with the I done lost my train of thought that quick. Dang, I'm getting old. Anyway, I come back to it. But no. But no, in the movie, when they are putting snitches in our organizations and all that good stuff. So we at war. So a leader or somebody in part of the organization, I think everybody should have in their mindset, one or two things may happen. You know, either you're gonna go to jail or you're gonna die.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If you step out front, you're gonna go to jail or you're gonna die. If you don't have that in your mindset that it might happen, so if they come off of you, they're gonna give you 10 years and you know you ain't do nothing, but you got to take that 10 years, or you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna put that time on somebody else, or just do the organization so bad that they fold. So I think that's very important for folks that want to be leaders. Those two things are part of the program.
Yeah, I think we got to have a chain of succession. You know what I mean? About 5 or 6 deep.
Right.
This is our mission. This is our vision. This is our goals. You know, if one get knocked down, the other one pick it up and keep going, and that's how we keep organizations and keep grooming folks.
Yeah, I have like a council.
Huh?
Like a council. You know what I'm saying? I have a council of folks.
Yeah, like a war council.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A council of folks that vote on things, make decisions. Not just one person. It's the council, and like you say, we have a figure person that's gonna go out there and talk. But we have a council that makes these decisions, along with the what we taking from the folks that's in the organization. You know, the opinions or the ideas they have, because we got some bright brothers and sisters out there that know some things, but everybody might not want to be up front. That's what I think on that. But yeah.
Let me tell you why I didn't like the movie Judas and the Messiah.
Talk to me, man.
The movie focused more on a snitch.
Right.
Than all of that was a great opportunity to capture all of the good that the Black Panther Party did.
I thought about that too. Judas and the Black Messiah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They concentrated more on a compromising Negro that they had their thumb on his back.
That's the truth. And he was the first Judas. It didn't say the Black Messiah and Judas. It said Judas and the Black Messiah.
Right.
So yeah.
They threw Fred Hampton in there a little bit, for the revolutionary part of the movie to bait us in. Mm-hmm. But it was more about a snitch. Ivan Cohen, in my personal opinion, and it's just my opinion, Ivan, it was more about the Judas. It was more about the Judas who infiltrated the Black Panther Party.
Right.
Than all of the good the Black Panther Party did.
Right. Exactly.
I think that was really a missed opportunity.
It was.
They showed all the Black Panther radical parts when they were promoting the movie.
The shooting and all that good stuff, yeah.
Right. Many leaders are saying to be quiet, get along, be of good courage, and wait on the Lord. Timing is everything.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Dr. Hall. You have some Negroes that keep telling you to wait on the Lord. We've been waiting on the Lord forever.
Jesus, take the wheel.
You know what I
mean? Hey, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you can wait on a word from the Lord to fight. To fight, you do it. But Jesus was coming back. Why he didn't come back for 300 years in slavery? Why he didn't come back with Jim Crow? You know what I mean? when is Jesus coming back?
Right.
We got to stop waiting on that. See, but
right.
Lord, I hate to talk about this again, but that is the problem with the black church. Not all black churches. And I'm probably not talking about your pastor if you listen to me, but
yeah.
But the black church is pacifying Negroes to make them smiling and singing and forgiving. And they are no good to the black community.
Well, it's that whole you get your heaven when you die thing, you know, instead of getting your heaven now.
Bro,
you know, if I got to wait to die,
it's right here and now. Right here and now. Your heaven and your hell is right here and now.
That's right.
Nobody came from heaven to tell you what it's like. Nobody
gave you no report.
Hell to tell you how hot it was down there. Your heaven and your hell is what you make it right now.
Yeah, that's it. That's
That's very true. Not all black churches. Not all black churches.
Majority. The majority.
I do know that if it wasn't for some black churches, some cats would be true killers. So I do know, and I'm not talking about all black churches.
I think it's the majority of because you know the church is supposed to teach you the better yourself, you know, and also at the same time, if you're gonna teach the book, you got to teach the book because Jesus was a revolutionary. Jesus was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So you thinking Jesus in the white robe because you see the white picture of Jesus, but you thinking Jesus in that white robe? No, Jesus in the streets, talking to the brothers and sisters, you know, rapping to them, you know, hey, chopping it up with them, you know, all that good stuff. That's what you think when you think Jesus. Hey, Jesus out here in His word. Hey, what's up, little young man? Come in, I'm gonna holler at you. You know, hey, let me tell you something. Let me teach you something. Watch you pull your pants up. Because what I put on you gonna be so heavy. You gonna think about that at night, like, man, I need to do better.
That's true. Because
Jesus done told me some things. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I feel it, and I think that's the problem too. A lot of black people they don't. How many black people that you know? I never talked to too many, but picture a black Jesus in their head. Actually, when because you know a lot of people pray to Jesus, but when you pray to him, are you praying? You have a black picture in your head of Jesus. You know,
right?
You know, so you can't imagine Jesus being on the street corner in the hood teaching somebody,
right?
Or preaching to somebody. You can't imagine that. You know, so even though, I think that'd be the problem too, because you can't. Because when Jesus come back, he's gonna be black, right? Everybody that read the Bible know he's gonna be black. So you can't, if you don't see a black man and you see a black man when they preaching and teaching, that might be Jesus, you know?
But that's about superiority. Because if I teach you that Jesus looked like you,
right?
If I teach you that you are really a king, you were created behind the highest, and you're not a nigga, then I can't rule you. But if I can teach you that Jesus is white like me, I'll have that dominance over you. Most black people I talk, not most of them, some black people I talk to say, well, what does that really matter?
Right.
It doesn't matter. Why do they go through so much to change the image?
Exactly.
I think black churches, I think what we have with our black churches today, if you take away that 501c3, which is a mother for most of them, the black church have the audience, they have the authority to change our black communities.
We make them free black men and women because we pay their salary. You know what I'm saying? So if we pay how you live in your lifestyle, you're free. You can say what you want to say because you ain't got no job. You're not working for no man. You're working for the people. So you should be out there in the front. You know, hey, this is wrong. This is wrong. Hey, I'm telling you from a spiritual perspective, what you're doing is wrong. Government, you know, state government, local government. I'm telling you what's wrong. The people need this. I'm saying you're doing wrong. It's up to me to speak out about that. But if I don't, you know, am I really a preacher? For the people, or am I for my cause and my house?
Like the Preachers Alliance here in Savannah, when the shooting was going on, they didn't meet in a park. I mean, they didn't meet in the community. They met at a park in a safe area. They didn't go to the black community or where all the shootings take place. They met in a park in a safe area, did a little press conference, took a little picture for social media, and said, "Hey, we're here to help.
Right.
And outside of that social media moment, we haven't heard nothing else from the I don't even know if the name is right, from the Preacher Alliance here.
Right. And like I said earlier, when you step into something like that, bro, it's like you gotta be willing to die or go to jail. Because everybody got skeletons in their closet. So we all do stuff wrong. Because ain't nobody perfect. So just like MLK, when they find out about his infidelity to his wife, JFK said, "Hey, kill yourself," and we won't tell nobody what you did, So a man like that had to stand on, his square, like, man, look here, you do whatever you're gonna do to me. But my people come first. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm here for a limited amount of time, but you know what I'm saying? He was 39 years old, and how great his legacy lives on to the day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to look at it like we're not guaranteed that this body and this flesh is not ours alone, So we ain't guaranteed to be here for 100 years, 90 years, all that good stuff. So we have to know when we step in this, when we do certain things, we got to know, hey, certain things coming with this.
Yeah.
Because they don't want the last shall be first and the first shall be last. They don't want us to be first.
They don't.
Yeah. They want to hold on, just like, hey, hold on.
Or right saying, no, a big hand is not reaching out because he gave authority to you. I agree with you. Many of us have to realize that we have that authority in us and be an authority figure.
Yeah, because when you know better, you got to do better. when you know better, you got to do better.
You do better.
Yeah, you got to do better. So hey, once you know, you can't sit on the couch. You can't sleep all day. You got to put some work in now.
Once you know, like I told you, when me and you attended that Million Man March.
Yeah.
I came back, I say, I'm forever changed.
Yeah. It was a beautiful thing, wasn't it?
Huh? That was
a beautiful thing. Yeah.
That was a powerful thing.
Yeah.
But that changed me. That said, I gotta stop worrying about who feelings I hurt. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was a changing event for me. But Dr. Tanya Howard Hall said my grandmother had that picture of Jesus on the wall during my childhood, and it's still hard to reimagine what Jesus looked like. That's true.
It is.
That's true.
I can remember my grandma saying, I remember my grandma saying when she was in the hospital and she was going through whatever in the hospital, and she seen Jesus come to her. It was a white man. She seen Jesus come to her. And I remember that. Then once I got old and I understood that Jesus was a black man, I'm like, okay, the image in our heads is like so deep that Jesus is white, because white folks got heaven on earth. They show you they got heaven on earth. You go to the hood, you go downtown Savannah in the hood, a few blocks over, you walk into heaven in the white folks neighborhood, everything look good.
Yeah.
The streets are clean, you know what I'm saying? The houses look nice. It's like, it's two different worlds. So it's like in your head, when you think about it, we talk about psychological warfare, Jesus gotta be white. You know what I'm saying? People thinking he gotta be white because they got heaven right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't see no black people we're not as a whole. We're doing individually. I think we're doing great, but as a together, we're not doing as good. Like you said, folks who have money should own the hood. Black people who have money should own the hood.
Yeah.
So we own our folks. So we in touch with our folks. So if you can't pay your taxes or something, I'm gonna buy the property. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna charge you a low rent or whatever because it's my property, so you can maintain. Because I know you ain't making them $8 an hour, $9 an hour.
Yeah, and that's a part of that psychological warfare too.
Yes.
Black Empowerment Movement Association, one of the leading black organizations here, said our unity is power.
Yes.
Brother Roberson said, "Good evening, brother."
Good evening.
But that is another part of the psychological warfare that brothers that go up to a doctorate degree or whatever, they get conditioned to think that they are too good to come back and bring that knowledge and support their own people.
Right. Money good. Money good. Hey, status is good,
Right. The Black Church is Hallelujah Incorporated. The pastor, reverend, is the CEO, the deacon and the deaconess of board of directors, the congregation of shareholders. No pun intended, but heaven only knows what the congregation got a share of. That's true.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They talking tonight. Talking good stuff.
Black church is a business.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna find out to have that show. Julius on. He on his soapbox body. Hey, we got this. Hey, jump on it too.
We got to
jump on it too. Let's call Brother Mustafa. Let's call my brother. Yeah. Now, okay, go ahead.
No, I think black people we are stuck in an abusive relationship with America. Let's say two people was married. Okay. One was abusing the other.
Right? Yeah.
No matter what that spouse did, he or she know when they came home, they would either face verbal abuse, or physical abuse.
Right.
They could cook dinner, they could clean the house real good, they can do whatever. They'll know that person would not appreciate what they've done.
Right.
That's an abusive relationship.
Very much so.
If you talk to somebody, then you would tell them to leave that relationship.
There you go.
Now you have black men have fought in every war in America. War in America. Black men have participated. Crispus Attucks was the first one to die in the war.
Right. First black man.
First black man to die in the war.
For this country. For this country. Yeah.
You're the first person.
Yeah, for this country.
Right, for the country. Black people have done everything we can to show you that we just want to be a part of America and get a piece of our pie. But it's not been accepting. It's not been accepting. Because anytime you got a police officer who can break into somebody's home on a no-knock warrant and kill Breonna Taylor, and it was at the wrong house. Anytime they can shoot Philando Castile on the side of the road when he told him he had a gun. He was a licensed gun carrier. The police officer asked him for his ID. He reached for his ID and he shot him in front of his girlfriend and his baby. Anytime a police officer can kneel on somebody's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. 8 minutes and 46 seconds. That shows you that they are acting on a mission to kill black people. And officers have been given the order to do that. Why? Because most officers do not get convicted, but the family get paid.
Right.
You're not convicting the officers saying, hey, it's okay to kill niggas.
Right.
It's okay to kill niggas.
Right.
We gonna pay their family. Y'all keep killing niggas, we gonna pay their family.
With your tax dollars.
With your tax dollars.
Hey, you need your roads fixed. You need your schools to be, you know what I'm saying, infrastructure in your schools and your neighborhood. But your tax dollars is paying for a cop who killed your family member, somebody's family or somebody in your neighborhood. I think integration was, I'm going to get back to the comment, but I think integration was one of the worst things that happened to us. The worst. Because
we had everything we needed. We were building Black Wall Street.
Right.
As soon as they tore it down, we went into the white stores. They treated us like shit. All the black stores pulled down.
Right.
Now they got us where they want us. Now we are consumers.
You don't produce anything. Yeah.
Don't produce
anything, bro. Think about it. Toilet paper. We don't produce toilet paper. We don't make socks. We don't make t-shirts. We go buy t-shirts. You think about talking about brothers in the hood, they like to wear t-shirts. They go to the corner store, buy a 3-pack of t-shirts. Why we don't make them t-shirts?
Right.
Won't you just buy them? I'm saying we can buy them from us. We can make our own t-shirts, get some cotton, make our own t-shirts, and you buy ours. You know, if you're gonna buy something, buy it from us.
Exactly.
Buy it from us. Even if the price is higher and we putting back in our community, you doing something. You sponsoring that football team. You know what I'm saying? You
the air conditioner.
yeah.
The air conditioner made us lazy, huh, dude?
Yeah. Yo, man, yo.
Let's get to a few of these comments.
Go ahead, man. So we get to the next part of the thing. Go ahead.
Yes, we should invite the pastors on our show to speak to the people. I agree. I agree. Dr. Leonard Small He's one of the great outspoken pastors. My brother Andre, I forgot his name. Richard Irvin.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of black pastors who are doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
We just have a lot that are not.
They aren't. Right. Well, I think we got to support the ones that's doing the right thing.
We do.
Yeah.
So Revelations 1:14-16 gives a pretty good description of what Jesus looked like at his return. Hairs were white like wool, eyes a flame of fire, his feet unto fine brass. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I don't know of a pale face person that can fit that description. I don't know one. And that's a good point, Julius. When we used to sit on the front porch, when my parents and their parents used to sit on the front porch in our communities, we knew everything that was going on in our community. We knew people who wasn't supposed to be in our community. Society made us hate the old lady that sat in her window and told everybody business.
Right.
Society made us hate that old lady.
She snitched.
Because she knew what was going on in that neighborhood.
And you needed her in the neighborhood.
And you needed her.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They tell you, hey, your son did this, or so-and-so son from another street did that. Okay, that's good. We finna go talk to him.
Yeah.
You know,
when my daddy told me I was flabbergasted, I thought he lost his mind. He told me that integration was a travesty back in the 80s.
Smart man. Smart man, yeah.
It was.
Very much so. Very much so.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind doing a show about sports or all the good stuff that's going on. But the reality is we are living behind enemy lines. And no matter what black man you talk to, we're going through the same hell on different levels, on different severities. We're all going through the same hell.
Right.
But we fail to find the need to unite and fight collectively. Just think of everybody in Yamacraw Village, Carver Village, Tatumville, Camp Park. If everybody in that one community voted one way, you know what I mean?
That's right.
They get behind that one candidate. Then some shit would change out there.
Yeah.
They know that that'll be a force to mess with.
Right.
If we don't do it this way, we'll lose 150 votes in Camp Park. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have to get to that point.
Yeah, and we got to understand that we have the power to change laws. So a lot of these laws is on the book. If we vote the right way and vote for the right candidate, that's going to push the change to those laws. We can change some laws. You know, that's what we don't understand, that, hey, it's all about changing these laws, not just putting somebody in office. Hey, this is what we need you to do when you're up there. You know, enough of like minds, we can get the law changed. So, okay, we won't get, you know, these charges for this, you know, cocaine and all this good stuff, whatever they're charging us for. We can change these laws.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And in reference to gun violence and gun ownership, you know, as black people, we have to fight a two-sided front. Because we have to work to stop the gun violence in our communities. We also have to work to safely and responsibly arm black people. So we're fighting a two-sided fight there.
Right. You know? We are fighting ourselves. So the question, like you said, the question is, hey, are you saying we should arm ourselves? Black people should arm ourselves. That's what you're saying?
I'm saying we should arm ourselves safely and legally. That's what I'm saying. Because most of the time I'm out, I open carry. I carry a gun on the side of my hip. Everybody can see it. And I do that to change the sight picture of and getting them used to seeing black people with guns. Because if you see a white family with a gun, you would think they were patriotic. They were patriots. Right. But you see a black family with a gun, you would think they were thugs. You know what I mean? So we have to work to change that sight picture, Because the only black people they talk about with guns are the people that's killing other black people that don't supposed to have guns.
When they got illegal guns, yeah.
Right.
Not registered, yeah.
That's the only black people they talk about with guns.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the National African American Gun Association was started to safely educate and arm black people.
Talk about it, man. Let's talk about that. You know, what made you want to start that for this area?
Hold on. Let's get to black people need to unite, just as guys have done on this platform. I'm loving it. Thank you all and all things relevant media. Absolutely, we're gonna keep bringing it unadulterated truth. Me and Reggie are only allegiances to the truth. That's it. You know.
That's right.
And you know, by us hooking up with all things media, all things relevant media.
Yeah.
That's how it should be done. A force connect with a bigger force. We'll reach more people. That's how it should be done.
That's it.
So I started I think it's a vacuum here in Savannah. You know, you have a lot of stuff in Atlanta, you have a lot of stuff in Jacksonville, but everything's kind of slipped over Savannah. So I started the chapter of the National African American Gun Association here. So we can be a part of the change to train black people on being safe, responsible gun owners.
Right.
COVID has really put brakes on our operation. But we are planning to get into the communities, into the black communities, right into the hoods. That's our mission. We don't.
There you go.
You know, we may go to Forsyth Park or whatever, but our mission is to train, educate, and arm responsible black people. So that's why I started that chapter here, and we're about 85 strong. And I think once the pandemic break, we're going to get out there and train some people. That's what it's about.
Yeah, I think it's very important that black folks know how to use the gun properly. Like I say, we get put on the news for the senseless killings we have in our neighborhood. And most of these folks that's doing this, the guns are illegally owned, and they're just shooting. They don't know how to properly shoot. They shouldn't be shooting. We shouldn't be shooting at ourselves anyway. You know, you're supposed to be protecting your home, protecting your family. You know, and it shouldn't be over a dispute you had with somebody. I want to kill this N-word just because I'm upset with you. I disagree with you. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, it's proper. It's the proper use of those guns, which I have a problem with. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but that's part of our failure to unite. Because if I look at you like my brother, I know you're going through the same hell as I'm going through, and I know that I love you. Not that I don't know anything else about you. I just love you because you're a black person. It'll make it harder for me to kill you.
Right.
We would have a conversation before we get into anything.
Yeah.
Hold on. I said integration amount to annihilation. Who is to say that Pookie and Ray Ray aren't getting their guns from Brubba and Jethro, who are so happy to sell what they got from gun shows? That's very true.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We don't make no guns.
Yeah, I've heard rumors where there have been guns, crates of guns dropped off in the hood here in Savannah.
I'm quite sure.
I haven't got anybody to substantiate that, but I've heard that rumor for more than one person.
I'm quite sure.
And just like they did the crack in the 80s?
In the 80s, yeah.
They put crack in our neighborhoods, then they gave us the guns. They gave us the means to sell the crack, and they gave us the guns to kill ourselves.
Heavy machinery, yeah.
Yeah.
Why you need semi-automatic in the hood? What you gonna do with it? Mow down your brother.
Right.
Mow down your brother. Yeah. And I'm with you. Like responsible gun ownership is a must. Because we got a bad. We kill ourselves more than they killing us with these guns. You know, folks are not doing these, and even this, I think you got to understand people's mindset. Everybody's not mentally stable to. If I have an argument with you, my wife or my girlfriend or my brother, why do the first thing come to my mind? Let me go get this gun and shoot.
Right.
You know, we talking about psychological warfare earlier, the propaganda. So on TV, it shows us killing each other. So you think, well, on the videos, on the music videos or the songs, let me smoke this cat, let me kill this cat, you know, my ops, all this good stuff. Like a video game, let me kill him.
Yeah.
You know, so it's in your mind, let me kill this joker.
And, you know, like Dr. Tanya Howard Hall said, when we were kids, boys fought one day and we were friends the next day. That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Nobody killing nobody. Just like the civil rights movement in the 60s and everything else. When black people still wasn't working, how come there were no drive-bys then? How come there were no drive-bys then?
Right.
Because we had a sense of self. We knew who we were. That's
right. That's it.
We are under the illusion of inclusion right now. So they let one or two Negroes make it out the hood or do good and tell the other 98%, you can do it. Look what he did. Pull yourself up on your own bootstraps. We're not going to give you the job to do it. We're not going to make you economically sound to do it.
Right.
And
that's true.
You know, I'm not one for violence. I'm definitely not one to turn the other cheek. I don't believe in that shit. I believe if you hit me, or I believe if I have to predicate violence against you, my job is to make you not want to raise your hand again. I'm not the turn the other cheek type brother. I'm not the non-violent type brother. But white people and the white supremacy system is not going to fall by us praying about it. It's not going to fall by us making friends. Because if I can go to an amusement park and I can go to the front of the line because I'm white, or if I can get pulled over, know I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it. I don't have to worry about a traffic stop. Or if I can walk into a store and know that I won't get surveillance because I'm white, why would I want to give all that up?
Right.
Why would white people want to give all of that up? We gotta take it.
Yeah, it's it. It's ours.
Yeah,
it's ours. And the thing about it is, it's ours, and we won't do them like they did us. Even though, you know, they did us, we won't do them like they did us. Yeah.
And that's their fear. You know, ever since we got out of slavery or they ended slavery, the white men had a fear that all these black folks running around are going to sleep with your white daughter, your white wife.
Right.
So they started laundering. Or black people had to own land, or they locked them back up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or that's when they started the slave patrols and the KKK. They always want black people under control, under an umbrella of control, and that has not changed this day. Any black
trying to keep us down.
Right. Any black person who stands up, they kill him. They killed Malcolm X. They killed Fred Hampton. They killed Martin Luther King. White folks love to say what did Martin Luther King do.
Right.
White folks love to say that, but he was nonviolent, and you killed him.
Anyway, yeah.
You killed him anyway.
Right. Right.
So it's the same thing with police. The police are the position of authority that you have to keep your mouth shut when you're dealing with them. And if you say anything to them, do we have a problem here?
Right.
Because you, as a black man, are supposed to be scared and subservient and not talk back.
Yeah, they take your manhood. They want to take your manhood right in front of you, right in front of your family.
They want to take your man. It's still it's called buck breaking. It's still called buck breaking.
That's it. That's right. That's right. Now, well, let me ask you this question about I know more black people now are buying guns, becoming gun owners, trying to be responsible gun owners, and I see a lot of black people trying to find the rounds. You know why you think the rounds are so hard to find nowadays? For even with this COVID going on, I have my philosophy on why I think so. Why you think it's so hard to find rounds?
I think it started with the pandemic. You know, people were scared of the pandemic and the shortage of everything. Then your president,
my dog,
Donald Trump,
4-5.
He empowered and he emboldened white supremacists. So once again, black people bought weapons not out of fear, but for protection. So now everybody's interested in owning a gun.
Right.
So when you buy a gun, you have to get ammo. So the ammo shortage everywhere. You are paying almost 3 times the price for ammo when you can find it. That's why the National African American Gun Association has grown over 140% since the pandemic.
Gotcha.
Because black people are arming ourselves. Just like it was then with the Deacon of Defense, just like it was with the Black Panther Party. We have a need to arm ourselves. But I say let's do it responsibly.
Well, yes, that's a must. That is a must. Let me see. Let's see what comments we got here. Dr. Hall said when we were kids, boys fought one day and we were friends the next day. Now they're gunfighting opposed to putting up the dukes. Yeah. Nobody want to wear a behind whooping, a butt whooping. You know, it was cool to wear a butt whooping. Okay, you got me today, I might get you tomorrow.
Right.
But we're gonna live like Pops and Friday said, we live to fight. We live for another day, though.
Very true.
We live for another day. The Black Empowerment Movement Association said 74 million of them united. We better wake up. Yeah, that's right. We got to unite. We got to do better. You know. And I think
just like when they stormed the Capitol, that was white unification right there. That was white unification, and it was coerced from the inside. If it would have been black people that gathered outside that Capitol, we already know people would have been shot. Matter of fact, it was a black woman who was going through a psychotic episode, drove to the barrier, hit the barrier with her kids in the car, and she was murdered inside her car.
Yeah.
Murdered inside her car. So you mean to tell me, how did people get inside the Capitol? The Capitol Police were letting them in.
Right. Exactly.
Maybe ammo hard to find because they might be coated with COVID-19. I put nothing past the mad scientists.
You never know. You never know.
I never thought of that. If you buy ammo, they look at your address, such as redlining. They look at your address and see you live in a predominantly black area. They could coat your ammo with COVID-19. You take the vaccine?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, not me. Not me, bro. It's like, well, you know, you talk to folks, I'm like, okay, they said it won't cure the condition. So why would I take it? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, it's not been tested long enough, so I'm scared of it. No.
And you can still get COVID, although you took the vaccine.
Right. You know, hey, all these new folks, Johnson & Johnson, popping up with vaccines. Like, no, man, you can't even do baby powder right.
They just got out of a baby powder lawsuit.
Right, exactly.
Now you making vaccine?
Right. You know what I'm saying? No.
I don't understand.
No, me neither. But now I don't plan on taking it, so I'm going to let them have it.
Man, that hour went quick.
Bro, you tell him, man.
So listen, next show, I can't promise you, or we can't promise. We're gonna try and talk about the black church and the black pastors. But we're gonna get somebody on here to have a discussion about what we say.
That'd be a good one. That'd be a real good one. Try to get multiple on there, get all kind of different opinions.
Right.
Yeah. That's it. Hey, man. Yeah, this hour went by fast. We appreciate everybody for watching with us. And Big Ant, good seeing you again, bro. Time to get the couch again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now I know Julius Hall won't take it. Come on, y'all.
That's
it.
Yeah, that's it, man. So, hey, to the next one, y'all be safe out there. And it's Voices in Struggle.
And we out.
Peace.